Hello, everybody. A very good evening, afternoon, lunchtime, wherever you are. And you are there. There are some people. This is great. I'm so pleased. I was a bit worried with all that's going on today that nobody would turn up. And there you are. So thank you so much for being here. A very, very warm welcome. And let's see where this show takes us. I've got the feeling it's going to be an interesting development, and my guide said they will guide us through. So this is just fascinating. Today is Fawkes Night in the UK, and those who don't know what that is, what is that? Some guy who a few hundred years ago tried to blow up Parliament, but was stopped. And now this is celebrated with the fireworks every year. If I'm not mistaken, something like that. So there are fireworks. So if you hear some funny background noise, you will probably hear the fireworks, or you hear a dog barking, because I'm looking after an incredibly cute little dog at the moment. But dogs tend not to be too fond of fireworks. So let's see how this is all going to develop. Of course, this is nothing in comparison to what's happening in the United States. Today is polling day. Is that the word used in America as well? Election day. And at some stage late tonight or over the next few days, there will be some clarity about who becomes the next president of the United States, and how Parliament, how the majorities of Parliament are set. And this is very, very important for America, obviously, but also for the world. America has got an incredible influence on the rest of the world. And let's just hope that whatever is coming out of that will mean that this is going to go in a positive direction. In a positive direction for America and for the world, with all these incredible challenges. I have to be very, very careful to restrict myself not to give any recommendations as to who or what party to vote for. But of course, I'm really trying, and this is what we need. We need to have respect for people who have different opinions, and we can still have similar, indeed even the same goals, yet we see different paths. And we have different backgrounds, and we have different struggles, and that shapes our way to look for solutions that may be helpful for us, sometimes in the short run, sometimes in the long run. And of course, that is very, very important to keep this in mind. But also, we are, well, society. We are not just, or you are not just American society, but we are a world society. And this is very interesting. I tend to find that by simply using Reiki, we are connecting more with other people. We develop more respect and more understanding. We can forgive, and we accept that no matter how different we are all coming from the same source, because that very source is where Reiki is coming from. There is just no other way as to agree that we are all coming from the same source. We are all human beings on this planet at this given time. And then the question is only how to organize living together. It's really interesting that when I thought about the show today, I came up, well, I didn't come up, it was basically given to me, this kind of fashionable thing. We are raising our vibrations. We are changing our frequencies. We are stepping into a new age. In fact, some people say we are stepping into a golden age, and this has also recently been used in the election campaign. So I would kind of just leave this idea to one side. A golden age can only be a golden age without exclusivity, without excluding others, with, well, a golden age for humankind can only mean getting closer together. But what does that mean? There was so much talk about this idea of golden age. There is so much talk about raising our vibrations, moving into another evolutionary period. Is that really the case when we have a look around? And this is something that I think is really important. Also, when we look around in spiritual circles, also when we look at ourselves. Is it really that we collectively are taken a next step and going to higher frequencies? Or is it something that we can only do individually, raising our vibrations? I actually think there is a lot of truth in all of that. I do think, I strongly believe there is a I'm sorry. This is ridiculous. My guys are just telling me it's not that you strongly believe that we are telling you. So, okay, my guides are telling me that there is actually an evolutionary process. And consciousness is, of course, in everything. At the moment, I'm doing a series of small videos on consciousness, and I'll be giving a talk at the annual conference of the UK Reiki Federation on that subject. And I did a long reflection for the Reiki Race Summit. It's really important. Of course, consciousness, who we really are, is in everything. And we are consciousness. So how high can we get? We can never get beyond consciousness. But we can start at the very beginning in our exploration of creation. And this is what we have done. And consciousness is doing that through us, is watching us. But ultimately, we are on these, well, I'm sorry, low vibrational levels. Otherwise, we wouldn't be in a body. So we have this experience of dense vibrations that are, or that is our body. We also have the experience of higher vibrations, our thoughts, our emotions. And of course, at some stage, reconnecting to this consciousness, reconnecting to the source. And once we do that, our vibrations naturally increase. This is why Reiki works. Reiki simply works physically and non-physically by raising our vibrations. Reiki stimulates the body's self-healing abilities. There's a cut and it's bleeding, so the body needs to heal. So it needs to make all the effort. So the healing energy, the self-healing abilities, all the energy in the body needs to be raised and focused on this area. And this is what Reiki helps doing. It raises the vibrations through this connecting, through this reconnecting to the source. So yes, I think over time we develop more and more, and we do raise our vibrations. It's so interesting that Mikao Sui came up with a set of principles or precepts, the famous 5 Reiki principles. Just for today, do not be angry, do not worry, be grateful, work with diligence, and be kind to others. This is a journey of raising vibrations. But so interestingly, it starts with anger. Do not be angry. And this is not about telling us off, about being angry, because it's natural to be angry. And quite frankly, when we see or saw parts of the election campaign, then it is difficult not to become angry. And I do not mean to single some person or one party out. It is generally so that a lot is done, a lot is said that is quite regrettable, and that's coming out of anger. In fact, it seems that a lot of focus is at the moment on anger. And anger on both sides. We are angry about this, we are angry about that, we are angry about other people, we are angry about policies, we are angry about developments, we are angry that we cannot control everything, and we are angry that our life is not quite where we wish it to be, and it's all anger, anger, anger. This is what Mikao Usui meant. Anger is the opposite of Reiki. Anger keeps our vibrations low. And Mikao Usui said, in order to raise our frequencies, in order to connect to Reiki and use Reiki and allow Reiki to take charge and to guide us, we need to acknowledge that we are angry, and we need to work on letting go of the anger, especially or particularly not just letting the anger completely rule us. It's normal to have some anger. Often it is triggered by experiences we had in the past, even in our childhood, that make us angry and made us angry. And now that we have a similar situation, this is just coming back, and all the anger from that time is now there in our memory, and we play this out, and it's triggered and it intensifies the anger that we have in that moment. So by letting go of anger, we can raise our vibrations. By letting go of worry, we can also raise our vibrations. And that is the whole point of Mikao Usui putting these two principles at the beginning, not to tell us off, but to make us aware that there is a lot of anger in us, and there is an awful lot of worry in us. Again, why do we vote as we do? With hope, happiness, positivity, the idea of creating a better future, or out of worry? I think it's very interesting how worry holds us, keeps a grip on us, holds us back. And when we are deeply worried, well, the best thing I find we can do is just to give ourselves emergency Reiki to help us overcome these worries and realize that we do have help, that we are connected, that no matter whatever happens, we are spiritual beings. We are a spiritual being in a body. And the connection to Reiki can help us to make it easier to deal with worries. I am a particularly bad example. I'm just worried all the time. Yesterday, I tried to put something on Facebook, or was it 2 days ago? I just couldn't find the way to get there. And I was getting really worried. And I was also getting quite angry with myself that I couldn't get there. Eventually, I really asked for help, and I did find the link that I needed. But it's also often our inabilities to do something, and we are worried about all sorts of things. But there is a way. There is a way to get guidance, to get help, to live to a certain degree with worries, but not to let the worries take over. And then when we look at the world, when we look at what we have, and we start becoming more grateful. The third Reiki principle, be grateful. When we look in gratitude, when we receive things in gratitude, we really raise our vibrations. We can raise our vibrations, and we can raise the vibrations of people around us. And the more we do this, the more we can raise the vibrations of humankind. But it's all got to do with letting go of anger and letting go of worries. That's my guides again saying, isn't that smart? I honestly didn't expect at all to talk about the Reiki principles. I had a completely different idea. And that is so interesting because that is just so true. Anger and worry hold us back. And anger and worry hold us back collectively. Anger and worry are single-handedly responsible for the negative state of the world. Gratitude, being kind to others and stepping into our power is responsible for making the world a better place, and that the world is becoming a better place, and that we can raise consciousness and that we can raise the vibrational level. So yes, I do think it is possible to step into a golden age, but we need to create it. It's not given to us. We make it. We are responsible for it, and we are responsible for it individually and collectively. And I do believe it is possible. It is almost inconceivable, but it is possible to live a life, to create a world, to create a society on this planet without anger and without worries. Once we live out of this awareness, I am a spiritual being, I am love. And everybody around us is too, even though we may not necessarily see that, then we can create this better world. And we do not need to hope for better politics. We need to make the politics in our everyday life, in our community, in society, or go into politics and step in there and bring this positivity and the change into politics without antagonizing people who think differently. I think this is just so important. And we will just see what comes out of these elections and how we can then deal with the results without anger, without worry, with love and acceptance, and stepping into our power to move into the direction where we see the world. And I think this is what we should do. To do a little meditation and let Reiki take us to see a better world, to see a golden age for humankind, not just for one country. So let's just see how that works. I have done that a few times, and for me, it was a very, very powerful experience to get an idea what actually can be achieved. So when you're ready, I would just like to take you to bring your hands together for a moment, close your eyes, and set your intention to connect to Reiki. And first of all, take a moment to sense in, to feel the love, to feel the connection. Just try to sense, to trace back where Reiki is coming from and feel your connection with this higher, this highest power in the universe. And now ask Reiki, or ask the universe to give you an idea what living on this planet as humankind could look like when we all live out of this connection and realization, when the connection of Reiki, when the love rules living together. And just bring the hands up to your third eye and see what comes into your mind. How can a world look like? A golden age of humankind on this planet ruled by the principles of Reiki. And then bring your hands back down in front of your heart chakra and once more ask Reiki, and what is my role in this? What part shall I play? What are my next steps? And then again, move your hands up to your third eye and just see what comes into your mind. And again, once more, bring your hands down and just place them on your heart for a moment and let this resonate in your heart, in your being, in your soul. And then once more, take a moment to thank Reiki and come back into the here and now. It'll be interesting to see what you got, what you saw, what message you got. What was given to me was that not everybody is taking part. But once enough people do, then these people can create more harmony and peace among each other. And this will then filter into the world. And step by step, the other people will realize that more happiness, harmony, and love is possible. So I think it's very, very much upon us to make this change. So thank you. Thank you very, very much for joining. I'd be very interested if you, some of you who feel drawn to that, will just pop me a quick email with what you sensed, what you saw. It's very, very, very interesting. It's also very much part of the new book project I'm working on. And so I'd be very, very grateful if you wanted to put that into an email. I will try to respond. I read all the emails. It's not always working, but I am working on a really new structure, more administrative structure of the Reiki Academy and the Reiki Revolution to organize things a little bit better and respond more easily. At the moment, there's just so much going on, but it's exciting. We are moving. We are moving in a direction that one might argue is a golden age, an age of love and peace and harmony, even though at the moment it doesn't look like that at all. But there are so many people on this vibrational level that once we connect, we are there. So I really think it's all about connection. So thank you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being part of this change. Thank you for raising the vibrations together. And wherever you are in the world, whether you are in the States and feel prompted to still um, take part in the ballot, if you haven't done so, or if somewhere else in the world you feel you could get involved and engage in different ways, then if the show today is a prompt for that, of course, this will be amazing as well. But we need help and we need support. And the Reiki shares we are having here are designed to give this help. And I am really looking forward. I have really been looking forward to connecting for the Reiki share and to just feel the love, feel the energy, the support, and well, yes, get this help to raise our vibrations and then continue working, operating, staying on this level. So when you're ready, just once more, bring your hands together and connect to Reiki. And then set your intention to connect with everybody on this Reiki share right now and everybody who will take part in a replay. If you've learned Reiki 2, you can use the connection symbol, the distance symbol, to deepen this connection. And then just lean back and just feel the connection with everybody. Sense that you are sending Reiki to everybody, and at the same time, you're receiving Reiki from everybody, channeled through everybody. And of course, everybody who will take part in a replay will also be able to send Reiki, and we can sense and feel this as well. This is the level of quantum physics where everything is connected beyond time and space. Then you can bring your hands once more back together, take a moment to thank Reiki, and come back into the here and now. Thank you so much for being part of that. Thank you for joining. And I just wanted to show you a little bundle of love, which is just so funny. I am looking after this incredibly cute little creature at the moment. And for a week, and I had him a few weeks ago as well. He's just got one eye. And he's a bit of my friend calls him a special needs dog. But he is just so full of love and so special. And I took him to a Reiki workshop a few weeks ago, and he just was constantly running around, so I had to basically keep him on my arm, in my arms all the time, but doing some exercises that didn't work, so somebody suggested they could just hold him during the exercise. So people were giving each other Reiki, and he was sitting on this guy's lap, and then suddenly when they started giving Reiki, he was standing straight up on all fours and looking ahead and looking around. He just didn't know what was going on, but he could realize something was going on. It's just fascinating how sensitive animals are to Reiki. And this lovely little, there he is, this lovely little creature has now already kind of been part of a Reiki training program. I just wanted to bring him in and kind of cheer everybody up. It's just so sweet, I find, to see this wonderful. Now he's completely relaxed. He is just lying there in my arm and doesn't want to get up anymore. So I suppose this is where he'll stay now for a while. So thank you once more for joining. Thank you for being here. And I look very much forward to seeing you again next week. Thank you so much. And now once more, wherever these buttons are, I need to find the right button. I thought I'd lost them all, but then I just needed to find the right folder. And then they were again. Scary, absolutely scary. But anyway, we got there in the end. So have a wonderful rest of the day. And next week, we will know more about what's happening in the political realm. Hmm?